G'day ladies and gents, and welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, and welcome to one of the new ones. There's been another patch that's come out that's dropped a couple of new conflicts. This is pre-dreadnought conflict. Objective, reinforce your fleet with the right ships. The enemy is near with a combined force of pre-dreadnoughts, old cruisers and torpedo boats. Visibility and reconnaissance will be vital for this mission, as we must face the enemy fleet first to gain a must trace the enemy fleet first, rather, to gain tactical superiority. Your friendly force will include some cruisers and torpedo boats. Will you spend your resources to construct a few pre-dreadnoughts, or will you increase your numbers with more light ships? That is a hard choice. We've got heavy cruisers or battleships to go with. Now, our options are to enhance firepower, maneuverability or survivability, a bit of a mix, or more money. We've got 10 million to play with, so I'm pretty cool money-wise, I think. Enhanced firepower does seem good. Aiming speed is better, base accuracy is better, long-range accuracy is better, and there's some pretty good plus 26 shell penetration. Like, these are some pretty good options here. 6 side mounts for large guns, 8-inch caliber secondary guns. Or you go maneuverability and survivability, which will give us increased resistance, increased hull form, stability, floatability, hull weight, ship construction time, which doesn't really matter, I don't think. Armor weight on all types drops by 16%. That drops our overall weight. So enhanced firepower or maneuverability and survivability. I think we'll go for survivability on this one. I think we're going to have to tank these dreadnoughts. We might do it by building tankier dreadnoughts ourselves. So we've got Armoured Cruiser 2, Armoured Cruiser 1, which is relatively small, or an old pre-dreadnought hull. I think we might go with the pre-dreadnought. I want to build some big ships, build some big-ass ships here today. So, alright, so the pre-dreadnought hull, we're going to need main towers. So, front tower, we'll go for this one because it's the only one we've got, and we have 2 options for the rear. Difference, 150 over 180. We'll go with the bigger one. Funnels. Let's put 2 big funnels to the center. It's already an interesting looking ship here. Main guns, actually. Can we put any of these down? Do we have room? No. No. Yes, no, maybe, no, no. That's unfortunate. Alright, so main guns. Centerline guns. We can get up to 12 inches. 12-inch 2 barrels. Shifts our weight forward by 35, which is always going to because the funnels are ahead. Gets us 11 to the rear. Now we're already overweight, but that's okay. I'm not too concerned with that yet. Casemates. We get 6-inch casemates. Only a couple of spots for those. What about secondary? 6 inches again. Not a whole lot, surprisingly. And water torpedo tubes. Main guns. Centerline. You get 1 in the center as well. That's a really odd placement, but you know, I'll go with that. Ship is overweight, 13. Yeah, I'm not too concerned with the ship being overweight at this point. We can fix that. That is, we can pull the range right back. That helps a little. And we haven't even started touching armor or anything else yet. So I want to go up to... We can get up to Krupp Armor 3, 220% on armor cost, which is fine. But that does jump us up to 6, so we can only get 1 of these. And we've still got that aft weight offset, so we do actually need to put some stuff that we can use to... I can't get that any further forward. Can't get that any further forward. There's no real places to... There's almost a spot in there we could fit one, potentially. But that's about it. That's all we've got. Alright, that gets the nose down a little bit. Still makes it expensive, though. So, how... I don't think there's actually any way to cheapen this up. Still gets us back to 6.5. We're still only going to be able to build one of these. And I don't really want to shrink the guns below 12 inches here. Secondary tower, what was the cost difference? 55 to 85. It's not going to make a big enough of a difference. Even dropping the bulkheads back won't make that much of a difference. That only increases engine costs. Money is actually an issue here. We might not be able to do this with a cruiser. Oh, to do this with a battleship. Alright, so we might have to back off on the armor and play with the armor weight limitations a little bit. So that's 220. What about 160? Ships overweight, that's fine. Pull it back any more when we get down to 100. Gets us down to 5.7. I can just increase the displacement. No, I can't. I can't increase the displacement enough for it to make the difference. So I've got to run at least 3. I have to run 3. Casemates. I should be able to put... Oh, there's no options for them in there. Maybe 5 inch? Nope. 4s? Yeah, 4 inch. 4 inch casemates will fit in here though. Which is a pretty bad mixed battery here. This is not getting any better. And this would be all my eggs in one basket if I went with this design. Secondaries in the 4 inch range. This may seem silly, but I'm just trying to fit as many cannon on this thing as I possibly can, because I'm going to go with one single battleship. If we're going to do this, let's do this. Make it 23 knots. We haven't got the ID for enhanced. How big can we go on the torpedoes? Nothing but 15s. Heavy shells. Nothing but black powder. Let's go for a Citadel 3 here. Yep, ship's overweight. I don't really care. We're going to go all in on building this thing to be a monster. flooding. Reinforced bulkheads. Kind of double hull. Alright, so what are we going to do here? Let's go up to 13 inches on the belt. 7.5 on extended. We'll go up to 4 inches on the deck with a 2-inch extension. Towers can go up to 12 with turret tops going up to 3.5. Secondaries can go up to 7. Conning tower can go up to 12 as well. That gets us really heavy, and then what I'm going to do, because the enemy won't retreat, so we're going to pull back the weight to 20 knots. Keep standard bulkheads. Fuel costs. There should be something here I can do. Fine. We go up to steam turbines. There we go. That's what I'm after. We can actually probably go a little bit heavier on the armor now. So now I can really lean into the armor. 13 inches on the turrets. With 4-inch armor on top. I'll make this thing tanky as all hell. 15. We're still maintaining 20 here, so if I increase the speed just a touch, 21. So I actually keep 22.5 on the battleship while still maintaining all of these defensive features. Get the deck up to 2.4, and that's about as high as we can go, and that's 9.5. So that's nearly all of our money. 95% of our money on 100% weight. Aft weight offset is 4.2. Starboard weight offset is 0.1. I'm not entirely sure. The starboard weight is slightly off, but that's fine. It's within margin. I'm not too concerned with that. And we have shitloads of armor. 15 inches on the belt, 13 inches on the turrets with 14 inches on the top. And we're packing dual 12-inch guns in 3 places, plus the 4-inch casemates, 4-inch deck guns. I would like the secondaries to be bigger, but that's about all we've got. And we've got the 6-inch guns, 6-inch casemates around the nose, and we've got the underwater torpedo tubes, which unfortunately are only carrying 15-inch torpedoes, but they should be okay. One ship. Let's see how it goes. Alright, so playing as the French Empire. So 1 battleship versus 2 on the Russians. Quad stacks. Varying sizes quad stacks, it's cool. 1 heavy cruiser. 1 light, 2 torpedo boats versus 3 torpedo boats. Alright, smoke is spotted to the south. So we want to change the fleet's direction here. It's actually the first time I've seen this fleet link up interface. Torpedo, underwater torpedo tubes, 1.5. It's 30.5 400-ton torpedo boats with, what are they? 1 deck tube. It has 1 tube on the deck and it's called a torpedo boat. These are shit torpedo boats. Great. So we've been given crap boats to start up with. Detach. Go south. Also go south. And what about our cruisers? Are they better? I'm going to detach it for a start. Also turn. Top speed 19.5, so our cruisers are slow. 8-inch guns, 3-inch guns, 2-inch guns. Yeah, well, 8-inch gun cruiser. I suppose it's not horrible. Better look at the layout. And it's slow, so hopefully it's heavily armored. That'll be useful. And you need to be detached as well, and also head south as fast as you can. 21 knots, 5 inches, 3 inches, 2 inches, and you have 1 underwater torpedo tubes. Where is your torpedo tube mounted? Bow and stern. Yeah, that's... it's not awful. Yeah, I think we've got dodgy torpedo boats here. Alright, I'm going to slow us down to full. I want the rest of the fleet to spot and engage first and soften up. Well, the torpedo boats in particular, I'd like to... Where the fuck are you going? You're not attached to anybody. So quit trying to turn back on. Alright, so we've got a potential target marker. Get the cruisers out wide. Alright, so what have we got here? This looks like Vulcaning size stacks. That is definitely one of the enemy cruisers. Or one of the enemy battleships, rather. Possible comparable size guns to us. Front and rear, nothing on the sides. Unsure about its secondaries. We'll have to wait till it's ID'd. Alright, so let's speed up here. We'll get up to about 3 speed as we close in. Alright, so unidentified ship closing in. That'll be one of the little cruisers. Alright, so torpedo boats, that can be your target. Actually, that can be the target of everything else. The whole fleet can target it. It will likely have torpedoes, so we want to eliminate that one first. We got 15 inches of armor. I'm basically unconcerned with any of the guns that most of the ships, except maybe the battleships, are carrying, and only concerned about their main guns. Everything, technically for this ship design, everything above that should be the only section of the ship that's vulnerable. Everything below that line should be invulnerable. I'm just not sure how this ship will take torpedoes. Shells, it won't care in the slightest about. I don't know how it'll take torps. Alright, so we have a positive ID on the enemy battleship. Look at our own, 11.5. Okay, so this is a little bit bigger. It's a 14.2 with 12-inch guns, 6-inch, 4-inch, 4-inch, 3-inch, and it has torpedoes. So it's comparable to me, but it's a little bit heavier. Alright. Looks like the torpedo boat did something useful there. That may have just ruined theirs. But it looks like it's cost one of ours. I'm not too concerned. And the Sevastopol, which is 9443. It's coming up as a BB, but it's coming up as different. Alright, the Volga has been sunk. Now I'm going to actually... Oh, no smoke on this one. Okay, so we can't pop smoke. But I'm going to send it south to try and attack that cruiser. And this one is way too slow. Top speed reads 21. Keep alive 40% of allies. Alright, so I can't let everybody else die. Come on, get your torpedoes out. Yeah, I might have to pull these cruisers back just thinking about it. And you need to get out of here if you can. I'm not sure if it's going to get torpedoes out or not, but... Alright, so I'm going to bring these guys down on the broadside and we're going to engage the first battleship. We're at 100, so we are basically not caring about them. They look like they've actually taken some pretty serious hits here at the moment, although nothing too major. Come on, fire the fucking torp. You have one job. We lost the torpedo boat and it didn't even fire. That's not even aiming the torp. The torp's been completely destroyed, disabled. So yeah, the torpedo boat was useless. Just like I sort of expected it would be. And terrible design, making a torpedo boat that only has one launcher. So we've lost, yeah, we've lost it. Lost that torpedo boat. Oh, the other one, despite being kind of shit in design, did actually do a decent job. It took one of them out of the equation for me. Alright, now we see how much this thing can take. Our torpedoes in the water. I'm expecting they'll fire theirs in just a moment. Oh, shit. Alright, our guns are pretty awesome. I'm going to turn in and cross over through the fleet. Oh, he's about to have a real bad day below that water line. That's going to hit him right in the midships, right in the area where he's trying to fight the flooding. Yeah, that just ripped his guts right open. And their main guns are basically just bouncing off the side of my hull. 15 inches of side armor versus 12-inch guns. My ship does not care. Sevastopol next. Oh, this thing's a French murder machine. It's great. Torpedo boat's getting a little bit too close, so I'm starting to be concerned about that. Oh, something got through. We got a fire going on there. But again, it's up near the top deck, so possibly spread through. 12 inches are just about recycled and reloaded. There they go. Now, if you watch carefully, you can actually see the shells bouncing off the hull. And there goes Sevastopol, so that's their second BB done. Shift targets the torpedo boat. Half speed. I think we're going to turn hard enough to avoid that torpedo. I think we may have just ruined the day of, yep, that torpedo boat's out, so we're going to get rid of that torpedo boat before it reloads. Come on, secondaries and casemates, that's your job. We've just fired our torpedo at the cruiser, and I didn't order it to do that. I didn't tell it to target that at all. The cruiser just had a really bad day, and the torpedo boat's down, so switch targets to the cruiser. I think no, that one doesn't have torpedoes either, so we're at point blank range. Oh, this thing is brutal. We're not going to avoid that torp, so we're about to take a torp. We're about to take a torp. Should we just maintain full brace? There goes the cruiser, focus on the torpedo boat, we'll take the torpedo bits. And nope, we don't have to finish him off, mission complete. So one enemy torpedo boat actually survived that, and it was basically our BB going in and kicking the crap out of everyone. I think I need to start just whacking more armor on my ships from now on and just seeing how obnoxious I can make them, because that thing just ignored everything that was thrown at it. That was kind of great. Anyways, ladies and gents, I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you very much for watching. As always, Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts will be returning to the channel very soon. Hope you've been having a very Merry Christmas, and until next time, take care.